welcome everybody to episode 4 of the Summit. Today we have our very own special guest, BenJammins. Welcome. So, Ben, why don't you just introduce yourself to everybody that's listening?
Sure. So, if you guys don't know, I'm the founding father of America, BenJammins. I'm the founding father of memes, master of memology, and I teach a course called Memology 101 on my stream where we do funny and goofy things in video games. So people are always taking video games super seriously, and I'm there to make it maybe a little bit more lighthearted approach toward video games and make it more fun for those people that are not as good and don't want to watch a pro style player play video games. So that's a little bit about BenJammins. I've been doing this for about eight or 9 months now, and it's been a fun journey.
Perfect. All right. So tell me a little bit more about what was life like before you became BenJammins?
Besides running the country, I was a financial broker working 80 hours a week. Not much really has changed since then. The only thing is I get a little bit less sleep now. So any free time on the weekends is just devoted towards making content, making videos, thinking of new ideas, stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. So basically working in an office almost 24/7 at this point. Long hours, 16, 18-hour work days, and then going home, going to bed. But now instead of going to bed, now I'm just, throwing on the glasses, throwing on the shades, getting my hair done a little bit, and throwing on a nice suit. That's pretty much it. So.
Yeah. How long does it take you to get everything set up? The suit, the glasses, the hair. I think the hair definitely takes a while, right?
Hair takes 2 to 3 hours per day, so people don't appreciate how long it takes. But no, but in reality, it takes about 20, 25 minutes to get everything going. From head to toe, got the full attire on. Gotta make sure it's business casual at all times. I sleep in it sometimes too. You have to get used to it. You have to wear it in sometimes. But it doesn't take I don't know how long would you think it would take me to put everything on, get it all going?
Probably like 30 to 40 minutes.
To look as good as me, probably for an average person, probably about an hour. Yeah. But I've got it down to the logistics are crazy, but I was able to fine tune it perfectly. So it takes about 15, 20 minutes now. So
nice. Where'd you find the suit and everything? Like the suit, the wig, how'd you find it all?
Just the internet. So eventually maybe this is theoretically a handmade one, but it's not special made. Mm-hmm. So eventually maybe I'll find someone that is 250 years old that knows how to make a nice BenJammins suit, and maybe we can make it a little bit more customized. But it's looking good. It's looking pretty fresh it was made in the 21st century. I'll spoil it. This is not anything. It's not super deal breaking.
So I'm assuming it's made in America, right? Or is it in one of those suits that are made outside of the America?
It was made within America. Of course, you guys, American made, baby. Come on.
Just making sure,
Gotta support the US of A.
The US of A. How'd you come up with the idea of BenJammins? What was it that, triggered you and just be like, BenJammins sounds like a really cool idea. Let me, move forward with it.
It was, I've always had, I think a lot of people always dream about wanting to either stream or make YouTube videos. But back in 2014, I was thinking, okay, well, if I'm going to stream, do I just sit there and just stream and play video games? Or do I make it a little bit more interesting? What theme? I kind of wanted to do a theme approach because I feel like if I was just sitting there playing video games, I would get bored of it after a while. It's okay. Well, maybe my name is really Ben, so it's like, how about I'm on the $100 bill? Then it turned into, what if I'm actually Ben Franklin, not just me on the $100 bill, but actually Ben Franklin on the $100 bill? Then it turned into, well, I'm like a cool Ben Franklin, so Ben Franklin with sunglasses. So the original logo was literally Ben Franklin with sunglasses, and then it turned into. I didn't actually stream at the time. I didn't have time to stream. So, fast forward 7 years later, have my own place. I'm able to stream, have a little time. So then that's when I started forming the character. And then from there, it just kind of slowly but surely built out into okay, well, I'm not good at video games. People are not going to watch me to run around and no-scope people left and right. I'm over here messing around, having a great time, running people over with vehicles in the shooting game, so that's the approach that I wanted to take, because there's not really many people that go out and like actually stream to just goof off, have fun. At least no big streamers. So I think there's like definitely a void that I'm trying to fill there, and it seems to be going pretty good so far.
Mhm. I know your videos have always been like, especially your TikToks where like, you run someone over and you just go get jammed on. How did that start?
My first or second stream ever, I had one person watching me, and I looked at the camera and said, "Okay, it's just you and me. Let's think of some catchphrases." And so we started coming up with different things. And obviously with Jammins, get jammed on kind of rattled off, and it was like I kind of like the flow of this. And after a while, it's very natural, and it's kind of funny too. It's kind of caught on in at least in the TikTok space and some of the YouTube space, of people saying, other streamers saying get jammed on, because it's just an exciting, like, not, it's a way to kind of like swear without swearing. So it's more of a wholesome swear, which is kind of fun. But yeah, so I kind of like it. So I went along with it, and now it's really caught on, and it's super catchy.
No, it is definitely catchy. Yeah, I mean TikTok. So would you say you started your career off TikTok first, or was it YouTube or TikTok that really was the start of your career?
I tried, so back, I think about almost a year ago today, almost exactly a year today, I made a YouTube channel and started uploading one or two compilation videos, which got no views, obviously. Fast forward a few months later, I started posting some of the clips from that to TikTok. A few would get 10, 20,000 views, which is a lot of views for a brand new account. At that point, I was like, okay, well, maybe I can take TikTok a little bit more serious. But at first, before TikTok, before I even had the idea to post to TikTok, I almost forgot about this, was I was posting to Instagram. I had one clip blow up on Instagram, was on House of Highlights, was all over the place. And so so they tagged my account. I had nothing posted on there at the time. So I started posting actual content, and I got like 1,500 followers right off the bat on Instagram, just from House of Highlights and other people posting my fake death back in August. And then from there, people were taking my clips from Instagram, posting it to TikTok. I was seeing multiple of my videos getting 1 million plus views. And then so I was like, oh, well, maybe I should post those. So I copied them over from Instagram to TikTok too. They didn't do nearly as good, because people were saying that I was just copying his videos. This person who was stealing my videos. And so I was kind of let down. I kind of gave up on TikTok. I was, well, this is BS. This guy's he had 65,000 followers, and it was mostly off of my videos. And then so I gave up. Then about fast forward 2 months later, TikTok is such a great platform for discoverability. I was like, well, there's no better platform in order to try to get discovered. So I started re-uploading original content again. And from there, it's been a heck of a journey. But yeah, I was able to start gaining a little following on TikTok, and then moved back on over to YouTube a little bit too, with YouTube Shorts, and blew up a little bit on YouTube Shorts as well. So I have about 50 million on TikTok and 50 million total views on YouTube Shorts. So it's kind of crazy how in the last like 6 months or so, how much things can really like skyrocket with the Shorts style content.
No, definitely. I think shorts have definitely blown up, and I think TikTok really set the standard for that, right? Where it's all about short form content now. Just 30 seconds. If you can capture your audience's attention within those 30 seconds, you've done your job. You don't need. I know TikTok recently changed, like they're allowing like 3-minute videos now, right? So I mean, instead of like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. But now it's also like, I feel like if I don't want to figure it out, like like if I want to know more, I have to wait, like to really get through it all.
Yep.
I don't know how I feel about the 3-minute videos, but the 30-second ones, definitely enjoying it. I think it's entertaining, and I think that's where YouTube did shorts. I think Instagram did Instagram Reels. So like those were all definitely popping at one point in time. And I think they still are.
Yeah, and going back to the 3-minute videos, I feel like to hold the user's attention for 3 minutes is so hard that you can probably fine tune it down to under a minute anyways, and get way more views that way. So that's my philosophy on that. But
no, yeah. So a little personal question: are you afraid of people at work knowing that you're BenJammins or knowing that this is like who you are?
Oh, I mean, all the time. I don't have my phone number associated to my account because I actually see my coworkers as suggested people because their numbers in my phone. So luckily, I never connected my phone number to my account. Otherwise, they would see a random guy with white hair on their page. But yeah, luckily, the only person that knows about BenJammins from work is no longer at work. He did know about me. I actually told him, but he's not with the company right now. So that's the good news. One person did recognize me in Texas. Another person recognized me in Puerto Rico. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, at work, the work experience. I think most of them are on the older side as well. So a lot of them probably don't even have TikTok and probably would never stumble upon me on YouTube either. So I'm not really too scared about it. And luckily, I think the persona I'm hopefully disguised enough that the average person cannot recognize me. But also, I did a 24-hour subathon, my very first one ever, and I had to shave off my beard. So I went into work the other day, and people couldn't even recognize me with just my beard shaved. So it's yeah, so I would hope that no one can recognize me with the glasses, with the hair. It's obviously not a wig. It's just a re-dye, comb back a little bit, and then obviously the whole costume. But yeah, I guess on one hand scared, one hand not really scared.
And I guess the follow up to that would be why are you afraid of people knowing?
I don't know.
Or why do you want to keep it separate?
I'm just more introverted, so it's just like
Okay.
In terms of there's things with like in the financial space, they're always concerned about what your personal life is, and like in terms of what's all these outside business activities. So I did report it as an outside business activity. It's just in terms of I didn't go into saying that I'm a BenJammins character. I just did more like the grand scope of things. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see what they would be fine with it, like it, in terms of. But I just don't want once they know once a coworker finds out they're going to be critiquing, looking through all your videos all the time. It's just gonna be awkward, especially as the manager. I'm managing a team as well, so it'd be a weird relationship from that standpoint too.
Are you afraid of interns figuring out who you are? Because, like you said, right, your company's a little more on the older side, but obviously interns when they're coming in, this is the age of social media.
Oh, 100%. I'm sure. Because Call of Duty is the biggest, it's one of the biggest, games, and then on top of that too, TikTok. A lot of the millennial people, they are also on TikTok. So a lot of people I've found have seen me. Just half of them mostly not knowing. So it's they probably see me. Maybe they just don't recognize me. So maybe if they see a new video with the beard off, they're like, okay, Ben just shaved his beard at work, and then this guy now no longer has a beard, so maybe it's him. But yeah, so I'm not too scared, especially with interns. I'm friends with everyone, so it's not like they're going to go around like starting rumors or something. So I would just make sure I contain it as much as I can. So yeah, good question.
No, definitely. I think your story kind of reminds me of this guy's Toast before he took his mask off and everything. I think he was like streaming. He was streaming for a while, but I think it was like a cardboard, like it was literally like a shape of a bread with glasses. He was streaming, and then I think at one point, I forgot the story, but if I remember, it was along the lines of like someone, like a viewer or someone, like something, like they got in like without his mask on, and then they DM'd him, say like, hey, pay me X amount and I won't leak your identity. And then that's when he was like, I don't want to be threatened by it. And so he took his mask off, he showed people who he was. And I think he's blown up even more ever since.
Yeah, because that happened all with the Hearthstone days. And that was before, he never really was like, he was big on Hearthstone scene, but he wasn't nearly as big. And I remember that was a whole ordeal in this Hearthstone subreddit back in like 2014. That was good times.
Yeah, no, definitely. Do you play Hearthstone, or like what games do you play outside of Warzone?
Really not anything anymore, just because I don't really have the time to. But if I had to choose a game, it would be Hearthstone. I kind of like the card game element. I know like they have the auto chess competitor, which is like Battlegrounds as well. They have I like Hearthstone. I still purchase all the packs. I mean I still throw $60 every 3 months at it. I just don't have time to play it. I just make sure, because if you purchase the pre-order, you get more packs. So that's pretty much what I'm doing because eventually I want to get back into it. It's just I like card games. I like sports games. I like playing 2K. I think I would play 2K on stream, like 2K basketball. Like that would fit into the get jammed on element too. Like I'm actually jamming on people this time. I used to be pretty good at Madden. I used to be like not pro level, but like I was a top 100 Madden player in like Madden 2010 or Madden 2009 or something like that. Just based off my record and everything online. So it's just I do like, and I used to play like World of Warcraft. I used to play a bunch of variants of games, but I like Warzone in terms of the battle royale. Each game is completely different, and you can do so many different things. There's different ways to be funny in battle royales that you can't really do in other games. Like Valorant, you can sort of be, but it's more limited in multiplayer games than it is on battle royale games. So that's why I like it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, speaking of like get jammed on, I think an idea that came to my head was, I think recently you've been going out in public, right? And the suit, I think I remember seeing I think you were like paddleboarding.
Yep.
Was it a lake or the ocean?
It was a lake in Texas. I went to go visit some TikTok friends. So it was like a TikTok house. It was an Airbnb, and the entire day, it was 95 degrees outside, and I was wearing the entire thing the entire day from the moment I woke up. And I was swimming in it. I was in the jacuzzi. We did a hot tub stream even then, like on someone else's channel. We also I went paddleboarding for like 30 minutes. I was playing basketball, like playing soccer. It was crazy. And I went grocery shopping. That's where I got the one photo on my Twitter with the fans. So it was really fun.
When do you think we're gonna see more IRL BenJammins content?
All the time. I'm going to a Nationals game, so I'm going to a Major League Baseball game. I'm going to try to get as close as I can to the front row as I can, at least from what I can find online. And I think I'm going to go with one other TikToker, and I'll just be looking like this, and it kind of fits in. Like I go to a Nationals game because that's my branding. The Nationals, it just fits right in. I can go to be in Washington. I can go take some photos at the memorials. It'll be fantastic. So, and then I was at Independence Hall a couple weekends ago. It was actually for a funeral, but then I was already there. So it's like I might as well visit my boys at Independence Hall. So I'm actually still here, right, as you can see. But I got some good videos there, and filmed some like different scenes for my stream as well. Like I'll be right back scenes where it's actually like videos of me walking around Independence Hall, like in front of the campus. So it's just trying to be as creative as possible, trying to be unique, and trying to like go all out with the branding as well. Otherwise, you're just a guy with a Ben Franklin wig, right? So.
Yep. I think one idea that came in my head was, have you ever seen those videos where people are holding up like basketball, like hoops, and then I could just see, just dunking over someone, and you just go get jammed on, like that kind of RL stuff.
Yeah, I have 2 videos of that doing it. I did on some TikToker with like 300K followers. So I'll eventually post it. The videographer, I'll say, he was not the best. It was a little shaky. Otherwise, I posted by now. So I'll do some image stabilization. I'll try to, but yeah, I'll do it again for sure. I actually there's an NBA player who owns the house next to me, so maybe I'll ask him to do a video with me. It'd be kind of funny to get jammed on Momo with an NBA player. So
hey, that'd be sick. That'd be a sick collaboration right there.
He doesn't live there. He bought the house for a family member. So it's just, so it was nice. Whenever he visits, I'll go do it. So
for sure.
I wanted to clarify, I don't live in a multi-million-dollar house over here. Well, maybe I
you never know. Your life is a mystery, and it's up for the viewers to figure out.
Yeah. Well, I'm in public space.
Exactly.
Right now.
I was gonna say, I was like, your background, like where you're at right now, it looks pretty big. It looks pretty spacious.
Very spacious. A lot of white men behind me. But we're working on. we were a little late on abolishing slavery last time, so I'm going back to the past to make sure we do it in this 18th century this time instead of the 19th century. So we'll get that done.
But moving on, how have you used TikTok to advance your career? Like, how has TikTok helped you in terms of visibility, in terms of, has it opened doors for you in order to grow?
I think in terms of it just puts more eyes on your content for non-followers. So you see from a lot of bigger creators, they complain like, "Oh, my video only got 10,000 views when I have 2 million followers." Well, on the flip side, they got 2 million followers because the same algorithm that isn't giving those guys the views is giving the guys with 500, 1,000 followers the opportunity to push out their content to as many eyes as possible without having any followers at all. And so it gives a lot of it really is going to come down to everyone's competing for the same space every single day. Even the big guys, followers don't matter at all on TikTok. Literally zero, almost zero. Now, after a while, the algorithm does give a little benefit of the doubt to if you continually push out like really good content, but for the most part, it gives the opportunity of new eyes on your content every single day. And so the better content, the longer watch duration that someone is watching your videos, so the higher that percentage or the higher that watch time is, then the more eyes will see your videos. It's just a very simple equation from an algorithm standpoint. There's obviously some variables, but from the standpoint, if people are watching your entire video, it will keep getting views. And so, unlike other platforms, if YouTube is similar, but it's for a brand new account, it takes a lot longer for it to get views. Whereas TikTok, brand new account, within 3 hours, you could have 1 million views on your first video.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like the actual like the opportunities from it, I would say that obviously being a part of Team Elevate would be one of them. I think in terms of obviously with starting on YouTube theoretically, I'd say theoretically because I did start on YouTube, but I literally had no views. But then here a different algorithm pushed out my content, just splicing up my videos a little bit, got me more followers, got me more views, got me more subscribers that way. So I think overall, I think more eyes, more people watching your videos equates to more people attending and watching your streams, which means more people talking about you, better for branding. Then it goes up. It's exponential from there. So,
got it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think TikTok is definitely an interesting space. All it takes is one viral video for you and that's how you can start your careers. Do you think it's a little too late for people to hop on the TikTok train, or there's still some?
There's definitely more competition. So I would say it's never too late. If you're making really good content, it's going to get pushed out no matter what. So my earliest videos weren't, maybe they weren't as high quality, but they wouldn't get as many views now as they did back a year ago. Just because of the competition, people are now formatting their videos in a way, in a method for short content, and people are also making it shorter and more entertaining, more funny. And I think there's more of a cookie cutter method for a lot of different approaches. Now, if you come with a new unique style, then I think you could still you could still explode fairly easily. I still think you can explode fairly easily with certain styles of content. But for example, just making a standard 10-second video saying a loadout or something, maybe it would get you a ton of views last year, but this year there's 1 million people doing the exact same thing. So trying to stand out in some way, like for instance, being a founding father, trying to do funny things in video games, but your own approach, maybe you're, I know a bunch of people that do different styles of content like that, not necessarily like this. So, yep.
Okay. TikTok kind of blew up during the quarantine where everybody was, pretty much at home, right? No one was really allowed outdoors. What do you think the impact of TikTok would be, or, the impact of people relying on TikTok when things are starting to open up now. Now it's the summertime. Kids are going to be less on their phones less. Like what are your thoughts on that?
Well, there's I think a few different things. The first thing is that obviously there's going to be less people swiping through videos, so there's going to be less views per, I guess, for everyone all around. So you get less piece of the pie, which means a little bit less views. Now, in terms of will those views bounce back up after summertime? I think so as well. Again, if you're making good content, I think you shouldn't have to worry about that. I think it was giving extra views to people that maybe didn't deserve it. I'm not saying not deserve it, but maybe like more like clickbaity videos. Maybe those wouldn't get as many views. But on top of that, too, TikTok is very short-lived in terms of you can get a video with 1 million views, and within 2 days, people could forget all about you. So you have to stay consistent in terms of the amount of views. Not even the amount of views. You have to stay consistent in the style of videos you create, because I have had videos where you get 4,000 views and it brought over 100 new people to my stream, and I've had videos get 1 million views and bring over 2 people to my stream. So it's really about the content. Don't even worry about the view count. Don't worry that you're not getting 1 million, 2 million views on a video. If you're you should be looking, and you should be using TikTok as a tool to create. TikTok should be used as a tool to push people to other platforms, not really just used in unison by itself, because you can be the most famous TikToker for 6 months in the video game space, but if you're not pushing them to Twitch, if you're not pushing them to, like, let's even Instagram, like Twitch, Instagram, other platforms, that is other real estate that you could use to either for advertisements or for donations off of Twitch, like subs, or even for YouTube subscribers. TikTok is so short-lived that people will forget about you quickly on TikTok. People will remember your videos, but unless you're constantly on their For You page every other day, or you're pushing them to other platforms, what is it going to do? I know many people that have 500,000, 1 million followers on TikTok, but they average less than 5 viewers now on Twitch, and they don't have any. They literally have no community because they never really pushed them off to other platforms until it was too late. So it should be really used as a tool and not like the ends of the road for you.
Got it. So what do you call your community, and how strong is your community?
I call my community the Jam Fam. Jammers, Jam Fam. We like to call ourselves the Jam Fam, though. And I would say in the past, in about 2 months or so, I have started to really see like a special bond between my community. A lot of the same people starting to come by every single day, the same 200-ish people starting to communicate all the time on Discord, always, even playing games together offline, off stream. It's been a really cool experience to see that grow, because obviously I've never been a part of a Twitch community before. I never really watched Twitch before I started streaming Twitch. And, even for my 24-hour subathon, usually when I'm streaming, I feel like I always have to constantly entertain people, otherwise they're going to leave. Well, then, on the 24-hour subathon, I would just sit there, and we were visiting other Twitch streamers that had 1 to 10 viewers, and we would all just go there and we would listen to their music or watch their stream, and we would show love to them. And it was a really cool experience seeing like 150 people watching, a smaller streamer and enjoying their music or enjoying their stream. And really, it was more like a experience of us, like a bunch of friends chilling, watching something, than it was really just like, me performing in front of a bunch of strangers, which is what it's felt like in the past. So that's what the Jam Fam is starting to grow a little bit more. And it's just, I think people, the people really resonate to your content too. So you have to be careful you don't make a certain style of content that might draw in the wrong audience. That's one approach. Whenever you're making content, you want to make sure that am I pulling in the right audience for me, because otherwise they might not stick around, or you might have the wrong style of community.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, community is pretty much everything for a creator, right? And at first they become viewers, and then eventually, they just become part of your life, part of your stream, where you recognize those names. After they've been there for a while, they're constantly supporting you, and I think that's the part where I find really interesting in terms of like when you're streaming or just like in the Twitch community in general, like how strong people are, right? They'll come back, even I think the ones where you're like, wow, it's when let's say you take a break, right? You come back, obviously your numbers are going to drop because you haven't streamed for a while, but then it's
Mm.
those people that when you come back, they're like they're like, oh hey, we've missed you. How have you been? You're like, yeah, those are the real ones, and I think that's what really makes it, streaming and everything all worthwhile.
Definitely. Even if it's, I would say the number of the like your size of your community doesn't really matter as much as just having a community as a whole. I'd rather stream to 5 people that are always there consistently, hyping me up, being my basically my friend on stream, being my family, than to have 100 people watching me that are just there to play Warzone or just there to just kind of goof off and just want to be like playing with a streamer, but don't really care about me or won't be there in the next stream. So,
Mhm.
completely agree.
How do you get your community to stick with you through different games, right? I think one of the challenges as a content creator and a streamer is that if they know you as a Warzone creator, when you play Warzone, obviously your numbers are going to be high. But when you switch to a different game, those numbers drop. So how do you prevent that drastic drop when you switch in between games?
There's two things that I experienced firsthand on this. Was one, obviously I grew up as a Warzone streamer, but um, one, I didn't really want to play other games other than Warzone at first because one, I was obviously scared that it would hurt my growth. Two, I didn't really want to play any other games. I was having fun playing Warzone, and I didn't want to learn another game on stream. But as in the past month and a half, 2 months or so, I've started to branch out to some other games. And for me personally, I think being personable, being relatable, and being um, at least entertaining past the point of just playing a video game and being good. People, for me, I think it's a little bit easier because I am not good. I am awful at video games compared to, like, obviously I'm competing against people that are the best of the best. A lot of my friends are literally top 100 pros in Warzone, and here you have BenJammins who has a 1.1 KD right now, right? Like I'm talking, my friends are 5, 6 KD. So I think it's easier for my audience to stick with me through other games more so than other people because they're there for my personality or for me to goof off and do other things than just to see my skill in Warzone. So I think it's more so my approach on my content in terms of whenever I'm streaming, it's more so to take the approach of let me connect with my audience, let me talk to my audience first and foremost, even while I'm playing. So I'm not my focus is not trying to win the game. My focus is to read the next chat that tries to go down at least the best as I can. Now, obviously, you're gonna want to at least entertain on some level on the game as well. You don't want to just like die right away every single time because then you might as well just be a just chatting streamer. But I think that's one thing is just being trying to build relationships with each individual. Like I'm pretty sure you've been in my chat before, and I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure I didn't even realize. It just dawned on me. It was like because I mentioned, is it just in or just in time or did I say that to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't, because obviously when you're reading chat, you don't think like people outside of the stream. You're just thinking of the
Uh,
username in that moment. So
yeah.
you're just reading stuff down. So sorry I didn't recognize you in
Nah.
stream. That just came in my mind. But the I think for me too, like the past month or so, I started playing more marbles, trying to mix up a little bit more. So
Mhm.
I'll still play the normal game Warzone. So people coming into the stream at the beginning still get to watch me play Warzone, and then maybe I end stream with something different. So I've been ending stream recently with marbles, and I found out like recently at least a lot of my streams I will end with more viewers than with Warzone because now people will stick around through or they'll come into stream just for a certain element of my stream, which is marbles. or people will stick around for me to play a horror game, or people will stick around for me to do a meme in Warzone. So that you have people looking forward to different elements of my stream. So people are not just kind of coming in saying, hey, they're like coming in to wait for something to happen. So like, for instance, I literally have, I have counted 25, I think 20 to 25 people that will come in almost consistently every single night just to play Warzone. So even if it's 4 in the morning, not play Warzone, play marbles. So I've taught, I got to know a few of them. They don't play any video games. They're just there because they think I'm funny and they like marbles. They like to see their ball on the screen, and it's just like entertaining for them to do like while they're like chilling. So it's just kind of funny how like I think it may hurt in viewership short term, but long term it helps out in terms of your growth as a streamer. And then from there, after marbles, and especially on my 24-hour stream, I'm considered a Warzone streamer. I streamed more hours of marbles and more hours of scary games than I did Warzone during my 24-hour stream. So it's weird for me. Am I even considered a Warzone streamer anymore if I'm not even streaming Warzone as much as marbles? So I don't know. I just it's good to not stick to one game long term, because your growth and your death is all reliant upon one game. So if Warzone dies, you don't want to go down with it.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. I guess we can kind of wrap up this podcast in terms of like, what advice do you have for aspiring content creators, aspiring streamers? Just any tips, anything that you've done that you've kind of like failed and learned from that process that you can prevent them from, going through that same thing, saving time, and such.
Well, for one, I would say the number one tip you'll hear on probably from any creator, at least any top creator on TikTok or on YouTube, is to make content. If you want to be a Twitch streamer, don't stream until you're at least attempting to make content. And also at the same time, don't make content if you have no end goal. So unless you just enjoy it for the fun of it. So always trying to have like a reason why you're doing something. So for instance, if you're streaming on Twitch, don't just play Twitch to have fun on video games. Play on Twitch to create content for your TikTok on YouTube. And then once you're posting on YouTube and TikTok, post on YouTube and TikTok so you can draw people back to your Twitch. And it's like a cycle. It's a life cycle of rotating people between the two platforms, and you're growing both platforms at the same time because of it. Another tip would be to just test everything. Just throw darts at a wall and hope something hits, because you won't always have all the great ideas, but just the more you post, just post anything. If something flops, then you know not to do it again. If something takes off randomly, then you have potentially a series or something there to enhance your following. So I would say just creating content, shooting in the dark, just making sure, just trying different things. And I was always against collabing, but I believe collabing is a major part of content creators' growth. Something I need to do more personally, just in terms of it's a good way to network with other people within the industry. It's also good to like to share communities that way too. I think you can grow your own community and grow their community at the same time, because now it's just one bigger community that way. So I think collabing is the last one I would say.
Sounds good.